Hey Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna today with part one of a digital die cut series that I'm doing, series meaning 2 videos, and this is the layout that I created using a digital die cut, and this is the negative. Next video will show how I use the positives or the white parts that I removed out of this heart from Echo Park. I am using bits and pieces of my Cocoa Daisy kit. I can't exactly remember which one. I think it's actually December of 2016, and other bits and scraps that I threw together to fill in the colors. I used the colors in the sunset pictures, and as the sunset, it's actually sunrise, moves from blue to yellow to orange, actually blue to pink to yellow to orange, I tried to mimic that in the heart. So I'm just using my trimmer to cut off bits and pieces of the paper, pattern papers, and I just use my ATG to back those. I didn't use too many different pieces. I think I had 2 colors for 2 pattern papers for each color, and I wasn't all that particular as I went down the page about how they lined up. I just wanted you to be able to see the color. I like that gradated brick wall from Cocoa Daisy. It's one of the Cocoa Daisy exclusives, and it afforded me the ability to have a lot of color of that sunset in those 3 strips there. So using this negative of the cut file was easy. All I did was back it with pattern paper and I was good to go. You'll see in my next process video how I take those white strips that were removed from the heart and how I use those. So you can create 2 very different looks, both with the negative and the positive of your digital cut files. I tend to save all of the bits of things if I think I can use them again, and lo and behold, that's how I kind of came up with this series. Although it's not really a series, but you understand what I'm talking about. So I finish off backing the heart here with that mimicked look of the pictures, and so you'll see how it goes from the blue to the orange to the yellow. And I don't know if you've seen my other video where I realized that my 12 by 12 paper is not 12 by 12 because I forget to cut off the selvage strips. So every time I see myself do that now, I laugh. That yellow piece is from Fancy Pants, again from an old Cocoa Daisy kit. You'll have seen a video of mine if you follow me where I deconstructed a bunch of my Cocoa Daisy layouts and kits, sorry, not layouts, and this is another one of the pictures that I had sitting on my desk and that I decided to use things that I pulled from my old Cocoa Daisy kits and other extras that I found. This is actually a number of kits that I've put together for this. So I have these 2 pictures, and originally I was going to use them top to bottom, meaning not cut them apart, but I like the overlapping look of these pictures, especially with the sort of haphazardness of the lines of those scallop borders in the die cut heart. And I have another Cocoa Daisy bag that I've tucked behind. I've like the texture that the glassine bags give to the layouts, and I do like it for hidden journaling. So that's a stamped image, that tag there. It was one of the stamps from one of my Cocoa Daisy kits, and I had actually punched out a bunch of different colors, actually not punched, stamped out a bunch of different colors and then just fussy cut around them. And as I was deconstructing the kits, I came across these and I thought that they worked with the blue, orange, pink, yellow hues that I was working with. I just wanted a few layers to go behind the picture. I think I have a lot in that digital cut file of a heart and don't want to add too much to it, but I do like that pattern paper with the chevron, and I thought the colors of that die cut, again from a Cocoa Daisy kit, went really well. So I just want a few more subtle colors to pull out the sunrise pictures that I took on my way to delivering my daughter to school and then on to work for me. There have been some absolutely amazing sunsets lately. I pull out a lot of washi and a lot of sequins and a lot of embellishments to add some visual interest to these scallops. I like them as they are. I toyed with the idea of stitching them and leaving the extra threads hanging, but I really wanted to use up bits and pieces. I have tons of washi, as you can see. That is one of 2 tubs that I have, and I decided that this would be a good place to use up some of that washi. So I mix and match. I'd like different sizes, different colors of the washi, and I know that I'm going to put that cluster of pictures on the left hand side, so I wanted things that were going to be able to work on that right hand side of the heart. I don't have a lot of orange. I'm not really an orange girl, so finding the oranges that were going to match in there were hard. There's the second tub. I told you I have an awful lot of washi, and I really don't use it all that often, so this was a great opportunity to do that. If you hear the pings that are going on, I'm sorry, I forgot to close Facebook while I'm recording this voiceover, so that's what you're hearing is messages pinging in. So I've got a baseline of the washi that I want, and I'm still bothered by these layers. I know I want something else in there, and find the flip side. The blue really pops that black in the pictures. So I use my ATG to get that blue, just a teeny tiny little bit. I have such a hard time with the Cocoa Daisy exclusive papers in that I absolutely love them, and I know I have a very limited supply of them, so to use them as layers behind a picture is really hard for me because I'd really rather show the beauty of the paper and not just that little teeny tiny bit poking out. But when you're cleaning out kits, you got to just suck it up and use them and be happy that you have used that beauty. So those are those tags that I referenced earlier. That's what they look like before they're cut. And I don't like the blue on the blue there and thought that maybe a second tag for added journaling might be a good idea, but I like the symmetry of things either moving from left to right across the page or in a diagonal across the page, and by putting that extra tag down the bottom on the right where I'd had it, it has broken the flow of the movement. I pulled out some of my sequins. I have a lot of Spiegel Mom Scrap sequins. A lot of them have come in Cocoa Daisy kits, and some of them came that I ordered with an order from there, along with the doily that you will see in a layout that I posted last week, I believe. And then these are various other bits and pieces. When I deconstructed the Cocoa Daisy kits, this is from a Cocoa Daisy kit. I put all the puffy stickers together, so you can see on the left of my layout all the puffy stickers that I thought had either that seafoam aqua kind of color, the pink, the orange, or the yellow in them that I could use to just jazz up all of those negatives in the scallops of the heart. So you could just fill it with paper, you could stitch it, you could use washi as I've done, you can do sequins around it. I think it would be fun to do a shaker page behind those scallops as well with different color sequins would be kind of fun. One just giant secret sequins pocket. Might have to try that. But I decided that with the way I had done it, that I just wanted some extra strips on the right hand side here to tie together, fill in that white space and tie together the striped look that I had created on the page. I had tried some titles from a Dear Lizzie collection, but it filled up too much of the white space. I do like the white space there. I actually end up filling some of it with journaling because I actually journaled on the page, not the hidden journaling that I like to do. And I just find a bunch of puffy stickers and some more sequins to fill that all in. And there's literally no rhyme or reason to it. I tried using tealy things with tealy things and orange things with orange things and yellow things with yellow things. And now I'm just using my fine line glue pen to fine line tip applicator with my Scotch glue to stick this all down. And that is how I've embellished that. I used some Lawn Fawn stickers, some Lawn Fawn labels, and I want something up the top of this page. I like to anchor my pages. You'll notice that I do that either at the top or at the bottom. And this piece of, again, Cocoa Daisy exclusive scallop worked perfectly with the scallops in the digital cut file. So, and it's kind of tone on tone. It's white with the black doodling, and I thought that was perfect up the top there just for that little extra added element. And I used a stamp to fill in that white space, and then I decided to pick out some Embellishing letters again from an old Cocoa Daisy kit and put the title. I knew I wanted to use that fresh start. That's what sunsets mean, is fresh start, clean slate. And that's the end of this layout. We're going to call that done. Coming up are some close-ups for you. I appreciate you stopping in today. Be sure to stop back in a couple of days to see how I use the white innards. Thanks for stopping in today.